assault gear just to listen to this show. Clean up in aisle 5.
What kind of talk is that? Do we all talk that kind of English where you come from? What? Hey, what's that? Whoa.
There isn't a switch that we can turn it on or off. That's it. This is just too weird.
There can be only one.
This is freaking weird.
And now get ready to feast at the table of talk. Politics, events of the day, week, month, and year. Pop culture, sports, alien abductions, Colombian drug cartels. All the way from the Capitol Hill to the hill in your backyard. This is the show where the sun rises in the west and sets in the south. And now, here's your host, the guy who put the K in cool and the West in Western. It's the Steve West Show.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Get to the chopper!
First rule of
The Entertainment Roundtable.
is you do not talk about
The Entertainment Roundtable.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
You turn on any of my crew, you turn on me. News team, assemble!
The less you do, the more you do.
just a bit outside. Bazinga.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
They're here.
Now, shall we begin?
It's time! Welcome into it. Entertainment Roundtable underway. And we had the July 4th weekend. Couple of movies came out actually Wednesday to kick off the July 4th weekend. I know I've seen one. Ryan's seen another. AJ, anything, nothing, Dustin, no. Dave's over here. Second week in a row.
Yeah, I am. I didn't see anything, though.
It's going to become a nasty habit for you to be here, I can tell. But you didn't get to see anything, Jacob?
Grad school's kicking my tail, so no. I have not seen anything.
So, Ryan, you and I are it, man. We're the only ones that saw anything.
Well, apparently so. And good evening, everybody. Happy post-4th of July. And
Absolutely.
Dave, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy this circus.
Absolutely. I mean, he keeps coming back for more. It's amazing, isn't it?
It really is.
Anyway, first things first, we want to go in there. We want to talk about a couple of things. Number one, before 9 o'clock, we're not going to give away just one, but we're going to give away 2 Lone Ranger prize packs consisting of a hat, a T-shirt, and a pretty cool-looking USB drive, a little flash drive. It comes out looking like a small sheriff's badge or ranger badge. And then you take the top off, and it's a USB drive. Pretty cool stuff. So we'll be giving that away. One of those this hour, one next hour, in the fastest hour in radio. Hi, Dustin.
Hi.
You all right over there?
I'm peachy.
So far?
So far.
All right.
Hanging with it.
AJ hanging over her shoulder going, I'm going to make sure you do this right or I'm going to beat you over the head.
He's breathing so heavy right now.
He's got the Billy Club out, man. He's ready. He's sitting there tapping in his arm.
He's already hit me with it once.
I know. Second thing that we want to remind you about is the fact that not only do we have a Facebook page for this show, which is Whatever with Steve West. Jacob, you the man holding the Twitter account. Tell them how they can get in touch with us.
If you want to find us on Twitter, we are at 101 Roundtable. We wanted to do the entire show name Entertainment Roundtable, but that's too many characters. So we are...
You know that Twitter thing with that limitation of characters? I mean, you can't post anything longer than 140 characters, and then they make the at whatever so short.
Yeah, so we are at 101 Roundtable. We got plenty of up-to-date news on what's going on, so we kind of tweet out what's happening before we talk about it here on the show. So.
Absolutely. So here we go. We get ready, and let's see. Top 10 from the last weekend. The Internship in at number 10, hanging on just barely. It's going to be gone this weekend, guaranteed. Star Trek Into Darkness, probably going to be falling out. I think it's kind of between it and Fast and Furious 6. I think just because Star Trek Into Darkness has been out a little bit longer, I think it's going to be the one that falls out. But you think about these two films, both of them over $200 million. Star Trek 220.6, Fast and Furious 6 233.4. So they've certainly done more than their share of business, and I think they should be very, very happy in the movie studios.
I've actually been reading how Paramount actually is complaining that it's a regular hit. It's not, Star Trek Into Darkness is not enough of a hit for them.
And here's the deal, folks. I'm sorry to tell you this. This is typical Star Trek.
Yeah.
This is where most of the Star Trek movies that made serious bank, this is about where they hit.
If they were lucky.
Yeah.
Exactly. So to me, they should be absolutely thrilled. In at number 7, Now You See Me, that's above $100 million, 104.8. This is the end. Looks like it might actually make it. 8.7 million, 74.7. So not bad there. Top 5. Man of Steel is now outpaced both Fast and Furious 6 and Star Trek Into Darkness. Made another 20.7 million for the fifth place movie. 20.7 million, 248.6. White House Down. $24.8 million in its debut weekend, number 4. We have the ultimate comparison. Obviously, this is the film that is apparently shadowing Olympus Has Fallen. And Jacob, you looked up some numbers on this.
Well, I remember back reading before Olympus Has Fallen had came out, and I remember everyone saying, you know, Olympus Has Fallen is going to be good, but wait until White House Down. It's going to be the one because it's got the budget, it's got the stars. That's the one that's going to make the money.
It's got the bomb.
Olympus Has Fallen made.
Oh, I'm sorry, it is the bomb.
Well, yeah, Olympus Has Fallen made $30 million its opening week.
Yeah.
White House Down made 24.8 its opening week.
That tells you something, doesn't it?
That it should.
Yeah, this one's going to flame out quick.
Very quick. You know why? Because Channing Tatum can't act his way out of a paper bag.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, who can believe, number one, that Channing Tatum is going to save the president, and number two, that Jamie Foxx would ever be elected president?
Well, also, not only that, but they may have just, maxed out their audience. I mean, there's a been there, done that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And this isn't from Deep Impact into Armageddon. Armageddon had so many big names, whereas Deep Impact kind of flew under the radar, so to speak. This is totally different from the other one. I think the better of the two, and granted, I haven't seen either one of them, but from everybody that I've been listening to and what they're saying, Olympus Has Fallen was a much better film.
I haven't seen either one of them, but
have you seen either one or both? Have you seen both, Ryan?
Well, no, because White House Down with Channing Tatum, you couldn't pay me all the money in the world to see that. But Olympus Has Fallen was darn good.
Okay. So I think we're pretty much all in agreement. This is right about where it should be.
Yeah.
Number 3, $29.7 million for World War Z, 123.7. This thing, if it keeps this up, and granted, we got a couple of fairly big, potentially blockbuster films coming out this week that may affect this, but I think this has got a pretty good chance of making $200 million. The Heat, $39.1 million in its opening weekend. Not bad for a raunchy comedy, but then again, when you look at the rest of the top 6, that and This Is the End, really the only comedies that are out there. I mean, The Internship is gone.
Yeah, comedies aren't big this year.
No, not at all. So $39.1 million, I think they'll be happy if this thing breaks 50, because I think this movie is going to lose steam real quick in its second weekend. Ryan, you agree?
Yeah, I do agree.
All right. That brings us to Monsters University. This is your next $200 million film. Made $45.6 million in its second weekend, $170.4. I don't know as it'll make it this weekend, but sometime in the next 2 weekends it will. And the main reason I say I don't know as it'll make $200 million this weekend is it has to split the difference with another family animated film. And that's where we're going to start. We start off with Despicable Me 2. This has the voices of Steve Carell, Kristen Wiig, Benjamin Bratt. This is the second story about Gru, the girls he keeps, Gru's minions. If you haven't heard anything about this, take a listen, because Despicable Me 2, are you ready? Just double checking with Dustin over there.
I'm good. Let's do it.
We're going to be a little patient with Dustin, because this is the first time he's been on the board for this show. This is what Despicable Me 2 sounds like.
Good night, Edith. Good night, Margo. Oh, hold the horses. Who are you texting?
My friend Avery.
Avery. Hey, Avery. Is it a girl's name or a boy's name?
Does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter unless it's a boy.
I know what makes you a boy.
Who you do?
Your bald head.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes I stare at it and imagine a little chick popping out. Beep, beep, beep.
Good night, Agnes. never get older.
Mr. Gru, Agent Lucy Wilde of the Anti-Villain League. You're gonna have to come with me.
Oh, sorry.
You know, you really should announce your weapons after you fire them. For example, lipstick taser! Get in there!
Anti-Villain League, dedicated to fighting crime on a global scale. The new villain has surfaced. You know how a villain thinks. That's why we brought you here.
Pins and needles.
I am the League's director, Silas Ramsbottom.
Bottom.
Hilarious.
Are you really gonna save the world?
Guys, right, baby. Crew's back in the game with cool cars, gadgets.
How are they working?
And weapons.
Oh. Beedo.
Despicable Me 2. I gave it an 8.
Wow.
Liked it slightly better than I liked Monsters University. My wife is immediately in disagreement with me. She loves Monsters U. She loves Sully and she loves Mike Wazowski, and I got no problem with that. And I liked Monsters U, not quite as much as Monsters Inc. I gave Monsters U a 7.5. Liked this one just a little bit better. Liked it. I will say this: if the Minions bother you, you don't want to go see this. This movie centers around the Minions in a lot of ways. They're front and center.
Thank you, Steve.
A lot of the movie.
You've actually made up my mind for me then.
You haven't even seen the first one. You don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. But the Minions are annoying.
They can be, but they're also quite funny. So a lot of it just kind of depends on exactly what you like. Me personally, love animated films. Gave this one an 8, so I was pretty happy about it. Then we get to the one where we actually do have the prize pack to give away. Ryan went to go see The Lone Ranger. Johnny Depp, Armie Hammer, Helena Bonham Carter, and others. It's a movie retelling of the story of John Reed, the Texas Ranger, and his trusty Native American sidekick, Tonto. And if you have had your head in the sand over the past, month and a half, and haven't seen a trailer for it, here is a trailer for The Lone Ranger.
8 men rode into canyons. I dug 7 graves. The men you seek think you are dead. Better to stay that way.
You want me to wear a mask?
Justice is what a man must take for himself.
Buenas tardes, chiquitas. We gotta go. Yeah.
You're dead. Not yet.
There was a ranger riding a white horse. Got some lunatic Indian with him. They coming for you.
If these men represent the law, I'd rather be an outlaw.
He's coming for you.
Let him go!
This is a movie with a pedigree. Johnny Depp, as we mentioned, it is done by the same group, effectively, that did the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Jerry Bruckheimer being the producer, directed by Gore Verbinski. All right, The Lone Ranger. Ryan, your thoughts?
Yes, sir. For this film, this summer was going so well, and then the Lone Ranger walked through the door.
And then it came to a screeching halt.
A big-time halt, my friend, and I'll tell you why. I like the trailer. The movie, not so much. Okay, I'll say this for it.
Okay, wait a minute. You mean the best parts were in the trailer?
Well, the trailer was better than the film.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Ouch.
That's how bad it is. I'll tell you this, folks. Lone Ranger had a few good set pieces, a few good action sequences that took place. Johnny Depp was kind of quirky and funny, as he always is. Armie Hammer was good as a Lone Ranger, but you know what, man? They focused too much on Tonto and not enough on Johnny Boy Reed, the Lone Ranger himself. Too much character development with one character, not enough with another. Number two, way too long. 2.5 hours just doesn't cut it for me anymore.
2.5 hours?
Wow.
2.5 hours. And they were trying for more humor rather than character development and action as well. They were trying for humor and action over character development. So for my boys, Jerry Bruckheimer and Gore Verbinski, this was a bad day at the office. I give the Lone Ranger a despicable 3 out of 10.
That's the worst rating Ryan has ever given a film in the history that you have witnessed history on the Entertainment Roundtable. This is the worst rating Ryan has ever given a film on this show.
I'm glad I was here for it.
Okay, I will say this, and you seem to agree with this. I have heard that this film is mistitled, and your first comment seemed to agree with that. The film should have been called Tonto with the Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
There you have it.
So don't waste your money on this one. Go out and see the epic movie known as Man of Steel.
Yeah, I mean, there's other stuff that's out there that probably is quite more worth your money.
Oh, big time.
And then there's this one, and I guess this is in wide release, but I haven't seen it anywhere. Kevin Hart, let me explain. This is Kevin Hart, the comedian, performing a stand-up comedy routine at a sold-out Madison Square Garden. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this is not for the family.
No.
Just saying. Then you get into the out in limited release films. Absence, a movie called Big Star, Nothing Can Hurt Me, documentary about the struggles of a Memphis-based group called Big Star and their attempts to gain fame and a record contract. Movie called Hammer of the Gods. There's a movie called Just Like a Woman starring Sienna Miller. A movie called Stuck in Love, and this kind of threw me off because you may know this, Ryan, you may not. It stars Greg Kinnear, Jennifer Connelly. This is about a divorcee who can't stop spying on his ex-wife. In other words, he's a stalker. Considering the stars, is this a film that's starting off in small release and going wide? Or do you know enough about this film? Because this is the first I've ever heard of it.
I don't know much about it either. I'm kind of in the dark on this one.
Yeah.
It sounds like I would enjoy. It sounds like a movie I would like.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
It sounds like something that some of these creeper dramas that I would want to
a
watch.
little dark.
Oh, okay. I was sitting here thinking, what, are you thinking this is a biopic?
Oh, no.
Sorry. Anyway, another movie that's actually got a lot of names in it is called The Way, Way Back. Steve Carell, Toni Collette, and Sam Rockwell. A couple of others are in there as well. Teenage boy who grows up over the course of a summer through his working relationship and friendship with the manager of a local water park. So, again, I don't know. We'll see. I'm actually looking forward to next week. I know that one of the guys who is absent this week, we're minus Josh and Jeff. Jeff is so amped up about going to see Pacific Rim, I don't think he can see straight. He probably, right now, his ears are burning because I just mentioned the movie Pacific Rim on this show. He's going, yes, please! And Grown Ups 2, which my wife, she kind of liked the first one. She saw that there was a trailer for Grown Ups 2, and she said, no. I mean,
there you go.
Yeah.
It hadn't even disappeared off the screen. She went, no.
Yeah, it looks bad.
Yeah.
I'm not interested.
On Pacific Rim.
Am I the only one that's even remotely looking forward to Grown Ups 2?
It looks like it.
Yeah, apparently, yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay, I'll be that one guy.
You'll have to give the review.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we got two.
AJ's
AJ is
two.
in
All right.
two.
I'm excited for Pacific Rim, though.
Those two are over there commiserating, I guess.
I can't wait for Pacific Rim, man.
Well, we got a number of us,
looks
man.
great.
So
I
it looks
think-
like we're going to be in next week.
I'm going into Pacific Rim with low expectations. I want to see it, but I'm not expecting it to be as good as what everyone else thinks it is. So hopefully
I'm walking into this, and I'm checking my brain at the door. This is a popcorn film through and through. It will make no common sense. There will be no realism whatsoever in this. So I'm checking my brain at the door. I'm going to grab a bag of popcorn, and I'm going to sit back and watch the destruction.
I feel like I'm walking into this thing like I owe this to my 10-year-old self who looked back, who at the time wanted a realistic take on the Power Rangers. Like,
Yeah.
I owe this to my 10-year-old self. Okay. I know I'm not going to have any kind of an intellectual ride, but this is going to be just boom bang.
All right, that brings me to you two. What is it that you two are looking forward to when it comes to Grown Ups 2 so much?
Adam Sandler.
Really?
Really? The Sandman? That's it?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think he can be funny, and especially if he plays this role as understated as he kind of did in the first one. Mm-hmm. I'm just afraid he's going back to the well one too many times. He's going to play it way over the top.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just looking forward to the fact that I don't know what it is about him. Every movie that he does, I end up having to watch about 30 million times in a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that include
all of them?
My Boy?
Yeah, every single Adam Sandler movie there is, we have.
Wow.
And they probably have a line in them because they've been played over and over and over.
What about your cohort in there? AJ, I want to know. I have to know. What is your... What is such the desire for AJ? He's going to come in here.
It's just been so long since I've seen Adam Sandler be funny.
I know,
was trying
right?
to remember when was the last movie that I saw that Adam Sandler to me was truly funny. And
Happy Gilmore?
I've got to go way, probably the Happy Gilmore days.
Oh, Billy Madison?
Oh, I mean,
Mr.
there were
Deeds?
some after
Happy Gilmore,
that.
correct me if I'm wrong.
Deeds
Happy
was
Gilmore
okay.
was after.
What was the one where he was the
Buzz, yeah.
the hairdresser?
Don't mess with the Zohan.
Don't mess with the Zohan. That had its moments.
That was just
and I will give him credit. He was able to keep the accent throughout the entire film. But yeah, I got to go back to Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison days because it's been really a long time since I found Adam Sandler that funny.
Well, I was excited when he got to like serious roles because he was doing a really good job, like Rain on Me and whatnot. But now he's kind of gone back to these like kiddie pictures.
What was the one? Was it Click?
Click. That was a great movie.
He kind of played that a little bit on the understated side, and I have to
Or
admit, I
even
kind of like
Spanglish.
that.
Yeah, I
Spanglish
like
was
Click
okay.
a lot. Yeah.
Spanglish was okay.
was a chick flick, though.
Overall,
Yeah,
I wasn't a big fan of the movie, so I think that might have kind of tinged my.
Don't take no
thoughts
man
when it comes to
points from me for saying Spanglish either.
I won't.
I mean, we're talking Adam Sandler films. We might as well throw them all out there.
He did a good job in the movie.
Well,
no,
but it
he
was
did.
kind of a
Was he
chick
the
flick.
one? Was he in Anger Management? Was that the one?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was.
Anger Man.
Yes.
It was.
That was kind of an odd movie.
It was weird.
And then
I
Charlie
liked
Sheen
it.
comes out and co-ops it. Whatever.
I didn't care for it.
Whatever, Charlie Sheen. Let's see. We got plenty of other movie news that we want to get to here in just a few moments. We've been kind of catching up on, or trying to play catch up on a whole lot of stuff here. So we are going to take a break here. And Dustin's over there trying to juggle everything. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, we'll start picking up on things like a Taken 3. Yeah, there's a possibility of that. And, just to prove that there are no more brand new ideas in the city of Hollywood, we'll talk about another TV adaptation of a film. That and more on the other side. There is a method to the madness here. Last week, out of the clear blue sky, we played More Than a Feeling by Boston, which everyone's like, okay, that was a great song. Why are you playing it during a movie show? Well, it turned out that it was actually on the soundtrack to the film The Heat. This song, can anybody, by the way, other than me, name who the artist of this? And you're looking, so you can't do that. Anybody name the group that does this?
This is usually my bag, but I'm ashamed to say I can't.
Nope.
Can I look it up on my phone?
You will take too
Let
long.
me Shazam it.
It's by a group called
Mungo Jerry.
Mungo Jerry. In the Summertime is on the soundtrack to the movie Despicable Me 2.
Interesting.
Oh, did not know that.
So there you go.
I could have guessed which movie.
And now you know.
And now you know the rest of the story. Before we went to break, we were talking about Pacific Rim Grown Ups 2. You said the exact reason why you want to see Grown Ups 2 is because of Andy Samberg.
And Andy Samberg. I'm a huge Andy Samberg fan. There was that one scene you see in the trailer where I can't remember if it was Andy. I think it was what's the guy? Oh, God, Kings and Queens guy. What's his name?
Kevin James.
Kevin James. They were sitting in the car, ready to get the car washed, and he looks over to the left and see these beautiful women washing cars, and they're like, "Okay, you ready to get your car washed?" He's like, "Oh yeah." He was all excited, and all of a sudden you got Andy Samberg and basically all the cast of Saturday Night Live walking towards the car, slow motion, washing the cars, getting out. It was a funny scene. I just enjoyed that.
Wow.
He's
All
a
right.
funny guy.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It'll be interesting I'm going to have to rewatch a trailer for Grown Ups 2. And we started talking about Adam Sandler, and that brought Murph into the conversation. Well, good evening to you, Murph. How are you?
I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
Can't complain. What's your thoughts on Adam Sandler?
Well, I really like a lot of his movies, but the one gentleman mentioned he had all of his movies, and I asked him, I said, well, do you have, and I think it's Man Overboard.
No, Gone Overboard, I think.
Gone Overboard, yeah. It was the very first movie that Adam Sandler ever made, to my knowledge. And
I got to admit, I don't even know it.
I have to look it up now.
Yeah.
I have to get it.
I've seen it in the video store a number of times.
I have to have it.
Dustin's over there going, I need an Adam Sandler fix. I need an Adam Sandler fix.
I'm already going to hit eBay.
I think it was pre-SNL, to be honest.
Wow, that would be cool.
Oh, wow.
And it was stupid. It was just absolutely horrible. And he was a bumbling idiot. It was like he was trying to be Jerry Lewis through the whole entire thing or something. I don't know what he was going for, but...
Okay, so Gone Overboard.
Yeah, so if you have just total nothing but time to waste, I don't even know where you would find that. I don't even know if it's on Netflix.
Amazon.com.
You can
find just about anything on Amazon.com and eBay.
Every once in a while, you can find it in the $4 bin at Walmart or something.
Maybe so, yeah.
But if you really want a classic Sandler fix, pre-Sandler, go check out The Cosby Show. He's one of Theo's friends.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's true.
Real young. Very correct. Murph, I appreciate the call, man.
Hey, I'm going out to watch Atlantic Rim.
It's the cheaper version of Pacific Rim. It'll be the sequel coming out in 3 years where they try to destroy New York.
Exclusively on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Thanks, Murph. I appreciate the call. Let us know what you think of Pacific Rim. Oh, man. Okay, so you're in on this. Gone Overboard.
Yes, I'm going to have to get that now.
Yikes. All right, let's get into this here. A whole lot of movie stuff here, and we'll be giving away a prize pack here shortly. Taken 3. Apparently, they're talking to the stars, and they've got writers and so much. I mean, how far along are they on this, Ryan?
Well, all we know right now is that Luc Besson and company are back to produce it, potentially write it, and get a director on board, things of that nature. And Liam Neeson, Famke Janssen, Maggie Grace, they're all apparently willing and fired up to come back. And also, if Liam Neeson decides to do this, he's going to get a $20 million payday for it.
Ooh. Yeah.
But hey, he's Liam Neeson. He can do whatever he wants.
For $20 million, dude, I'll do what you want.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's take my wallet for the third time. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Good grief. Okay. And then a film, and at least to me, I don't know, maybe somebody else thinks this, but you showed me a trailer, I think it was, for a movie called Prisoners. Hugh Jackman, a whole lot of other stars, Jake Gyllenhaal, Viola Davis, Maria Bello, Terrence Howard, to name just a few. What do we know about this film? When is it going to be out, for example?
Yes, sir. It's going to be hitting theaters, I believe, on October the 28th, and it's about a Hugh Jackman. He and his wife, their daughter gets kidnapped, and they team up, with friends of theirs, neighbors of theirs that they're close friends with, like Maria Bello, Terrence Howard, and all those guys. And they're on a search for their daughter, but the question is, at what cost? So to me, it sounds good to me. I mean, Hugh Jackman, an all-star cast, yeah, you had me there.
Okay. And October the 28th, so as opposed to the regular Halloween schlock horror stuff, this one is really more along the thriller side. And again, am I wrong in looking at this and saying I see parallels to Taken?
Yeah, there's a few, but
Slightly.
who cares? I mean, it's Hugh Jackman. It's Wolverine. You don't mess with Logan, man.
Yeah.
If he breaks out the haircut, man.
Even
we're
if
done.
he goes to Australia?
I don't know. Do we know where they're going? I mean, is this one of those things where they're going overseas to try and find the kid, or what?
Well, no, I believe they're within state lines.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
I thought you was talking about the other Australian movie.
I was making fun of Australia, starring Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, and Nicole.
Oh, the movie,
Yes,
Australia.
yeah.
God, that was horrible.
The only thing I got to say is, isn't it like bad parenting now for the third time that something gets taken, Liam Neeson and all that? I mean, that does.
Well,
hit.
correct me if I'm wrong. It was
true.
the daughter the first one. It was the wife in the second one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, so who's
Wasn't
next?
it both in the second?
It's got to be him.
It's got to be his dog.
Yeah.
Does he have a dog?
I'm thinking it's him.
I gotta think the dog goes like
I mean, sooner or later you're going to run out of you're going to run out of luck, and they're just going to take you.
I have your neighbor 3 doors down on the left.
I don't care. Click.
I still think he teams up with Milton from Office Space and try to find his missing stapler.
We've got a long way to go before we get to the camp of the Death Wish series. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
it's like
gosh.
his girlfriend's
Death Wish 28.
his girlfriend's brother's cousin's friend.
Yeah, really.
You know.
I don't know.
Nice one, Jacob.
Taken 3. Take my wife, please. Let's see.
Wow.
Starring Rodney Dangerfield.
That was horrible.
I had to go
Just
there.
get no respect.
All right, let's go to Ridley Scott here. Cast with big names. There's a movie called The Counselor coming out. Doesn't sound awfully Ridley Scott.
Yeah, no, this is more on the, excuse me, on the thriller side. I believe it comes out at the end of, what is it? I believe the end of September of this year, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure, but you got Scarlett Johansson, you got many, many other names. I just don't have that information in front of me, but I believe it's about one of the male characters tries to infiltrate a criminal organization, and he has a little bit of trouble doing it, so he tries to get help from the authorities or something like that. I can't, unfortunately, I don't.
If you don't have the information in front of you, it's tough.
Yeah, without without the information in front of me, it's stuff, but the trailer's online, so feel free to look it up.
To be fair, he had the relevant information. Scarlett Johansson, that's all I needed.
All right, well, Dave's in. And then there's, see, we've tried this before. Since the TV show ended, they did at least two made-for-TV movies. Then they tried to reboot the franchise on TV. It lasted exactly one season, and Hollywood just has no new ideas. So they're talking about a big screen adaptation of Knight Rider.
I know, right? Apparently it's going to be coming from the Weinstein company with Arrested Development writer Brad Copeland at the helm to write the script. So this may be a raunchy comedy like on 21 Jump Street.
Oh, no.
I hope not. This is one of the worst ideas ever.
If they make it a raunchy comedy, I'm out. I have not watched 21 Jump Street. I will not watch 21 Jump Street because of that. If they turn this into a raunchy comedy, done. Period. Out of here.
I got to admit, I did watch 21 Jump Street.
Not going to do it.
Yeah, I didn't say it.
And it's actually kind of, if you take it back and just look at it as an adult, and you see that it is very raunchy, it's kind of like Jonah Hill falls in love with a high schooler. I don't care if you're not going to watch it. I just kind of gave you one of the,
Okay, I'm looking at Jonah Hill.
Yes.
Okay, I could see, crush, unrequited love sort of thing.
But he's a cop.
Yeah, that's just wrong in so many directions.
And he lost weight for the movie, and when he lost weight, he somehow gained 20 years. He looked like an old man.
It just doesn't fit. Yeah.
God, oh man, seriously, going back to Knight Rider, especially now that Pontiac's dead. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that was the one thing that killed me with the TV show.
I don't know.
They went to a Mustang. Come on.
If it's an Arrested Development writer, I hold out a little hope because they don't really, function solely on raunch. They're a lot more clever in their writing. So I hold out hope, but it is just a remake.
Sorry. And then this, every once in a while, every once in a blue moon, and Jacob, you know about this, Jim Carrey. He's about to appear in the movie Kick-Ass 2, but now he's suddenly going, you know what? I was in it, but don't go see this. Why?
Well, they filmed this movie before Sandy Hook. And after Sandy Hook, he decides that he's totally against violence. And he decides that this movie was way too violent. And so he decides that he doesn't want to support the movie. So to do this, he goes on every major news outlet and says, don't go watch this movie because it's very violent.
That just makes me want to see it more.
Yeah. Right.
I'll be real honest with you. This, I think, was planned.
Probably.
Could be.
This was absolutely planned. This is to build up press for this film, which he feels is going to get swamped and probably still will. But now he's going out there trying to drum up interest in the film by coming up with this stupid thing.
I'm not completely convinced of that.
I mean, you do have to remember that Jim Carrey is crazy.
He has gone crazy. He released that whole YouTube video where he's professing his love to Emma Stone and what all.
Yeah, destroying Charlton Heston and the NRA and everything.
Yeah,
that's why I said half of me is saying that this is legit coming from him. But like he just said, he's crazy too.
I don't know. I think this is typical Jim Carrey. He understands how to play the publicity game. This is just drumming up publicity for a movie that would have gotten its butt kicked.
So do you think there's any possibility everything that he's been spewing forth on Facebook could have been all prepping for this publicity for this movie?
I absolutely do.
Wow.
I absolutely do. I think he's just that stupid.
There's nothing of his left in my house anyway. So
now, when is this movie supposed to come out?
When does it come out, Ryan? Do we know?
Jimmy cracked corn, and I don't know. Neither do I.
Jacob's going to look it up while we talk about this. And Steven Spielberg, and I find this interesting, but we've seen this done with mixed success when it comes to taking a classic novel and making it into a movie. Steven Spielberg working on which classic novel is it, Jacob?
Oh, you trying to ask me to do
I know, I'm asking you to do
two or three different things at one time.
Come on, catch up.
He is he's in early discussions to try to get The Grapes of Wrath, Steinbeck's great novel.
and I hate to say this because I've said this on the air before, there were books that I was assigned in high school that I didn't get through because I found them to be thoroughly boring. Now, granted, this is a personal opinion. I understand there are a lot of people out there who love this book. Me, I made it through about 3 pages and fell asleep on it. I'm not so certain Steven Spielberg can make it that much more interesting for me.
Yeah.
Spielberg hasn't made anything interesting in years for me, so I'm out automatically. And they don't really need to remake it anyways.
I don't know. He did Lincoln.
Well, and
Lincoln was great.
Hello, Lincoln, Oscar winner, people.
Lincoln was great. If you haven't seen Lincoln,
I haven't seen it.
You have
because
to see
it was Spielberg.
It may change your mind because it's actually quite good.
There are some rights issues along with this movie though because
are
because the Steinbeck estate and Fox, who produced the movie version from 1940, they are debating over who actually owns the rights to the movie for the movie. So
okay,
we don't know yet, but
so this is just so early. They're just
it's very early in this.
Just talking about it. All right, let's go back to what was it? Where were we talking? Kick-Ass 2. When does it come out?
August 16th.
I just saw it. Yeah,
I'll be there. I love the first one.
All right, coming up
the
is
first one was good.
Yeah, coming up is the superhero version of the show, or portion of the show, because we got a whole lot of stuff to talk about from both Marvel and from DC Comics. But first things first, how do we want to give this away, AJ?
Oh, well, no. Actually, Dustin's in there.
Do we want to throw it on him?
Yeah.
I was going to leave it on you.
No,
You want to
throw it
just
on
take a
Dustin.
caller? Do we want to take trivia? What do we want to do?
What do you want to do, Dustin?
I really don't know.
Don't ask me that question.
All right, we're going to take.
I got it.
You got it?
Caller number 3.
Ooh. Caller number 3, 941-1011, toll-free 866-551-9933. Getting one of the 2 Lone Ranger prize packs that we have. You'll get a hat, a T-shirt, and kind of a badge-looking thing that if you take the top off, turns into a USB drive.
Yes.
Cool. It's actually one of the more original throw-ins when it comes to a prize pack that we've had so far. And I took a look at it. I thought it was actually pretty cool. So, third caller, 941-1011, toll-free 866-551-9933. You are going to get the prize pack from us right here at the Entertainment Roundtable on Superstation 101 WYDE. Yeah, I knew we were talking about the whole Knight Rider thing, so I had to go back to the original one just to get the bad taste out of my mouth about the possibility of a stupid remake.
I'm looking forward to the remake.
Steve, what would make it for you a good remake?
That they actually took it. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong. I go back and I watch the David Hasselhoff stuff, and it was campy, obviously.
Right.
But then again, so was the A-Team. But you know what? They took it with a little bit of a wink of their eye. They took it seriously and said, you know what? This is a guy who's going out there trying to right wrongs. Okay, I can deal with that. Go that way.
Okay. So just don't make it a comedy.
No, don't make it a raunchy comedy.
So make it Batman.
I don't need the over-the-top raunchy comedy. I'm sorry, I just don't. I'm done with that whole thing.
You know what kills me about the raunchy comedies? Like, I find that, like, the guys who are doing raunchy comedies right now, like Seth Rogen, like,
Yeah, it's all the same guys.
They're when they started out on Undeclared, Freaks and Geeks, they were doing a way better job when they were restrained, when they couldn't just, they were more clever back then.
Yeah, I agree. All right, still looking for a winner, so keep calling, and we'll move on here and talk about our superheroes. Jacob, for those of us thinking that it might never happen, Christian Bale's come out. He's talking about the possibility of reprising the Batman role in a Justice League film. We have come to the conclusion we really don't think he's going to do it. What has he said?
He's saying absolutely not. He said they were, quote, they were incredibly unfortunate to make 3 Batman films, and that's enough, and they shouldn't get greedy.
But we that said, Ryan, you and I know this, and quite frankly, everybody else here knows this if we're familiar with Justice League at all. Batman has to be a part of the franchise.
Sure.
Precisely why he shouldn't
but
be.
You know what, man? It's going to be a billion times tough to bring in a new Batman when Christian Bale played the iconic role so well, and he gave us one of the greatest trilogies of all time.
I agree. This is going to be difficult. They're walking on eggshells right now as it is because they're trying to rush this thing out to be out in time to battle up against the Avengers 2.
Yeah.
In 2015, potentially.
I think they're rushing this. They
I agree.
really need to think this thing out a lot more.
He also goes on to say later on that he has no information or knowledge or anything. He hasn't literally spoken with anybody about this movie. So,
all right, we'll talk about that other group here in just a second. Let's talk to our winner. Hi, Kim. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you.
You're very welcome. T-shirt, hat, and a USB drive, all from the Lone Ranger, and you are the winner. Congratulations to you. Is this a gift, or are you just going to be using all this stuff?
I think I'll just use it for myself.
I like your thinking.
Yes.
I like your thinking. Does she know come pick it up and all that?
Oh, do you know how to get to our station?
No, but I'll look it up.
Oh, well, don't worry. We can put you back on hold, and Dustin can give you that information.
Yep. We can get all that information to you. Got 30 days to pick it up. Office hours, Monday through Friday from 8 in the morning until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. If you can't make it during then, and you can on a Saturday between about 9 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon, call ahead of time. Dustin will be here, and he will be able to make sure that you get your prize back, okay?
That is great. Thank you so much.
We'll put you on hold. Congratulations to you. We've got one more pack to give away. We're going to do that next hour during the fastest hour in radio, so stick around for that. All right. So from Justice League, we were talking about how they're trying to catch the Avengers. Let's go to the Avengers. Continuing debate over the characters Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. What do we know now here, Jacob?
Well, recently Whedon was asked how Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are going to fit into the movie, and he said that they are integral to the movie, that they are a huge part of the movie.
So they have to be there.
So they have to be there. They are a huge, apparently a huge part of the plot.
Now, that said, when we go over, and we know already, Ryan, that Quicksilver is going to be a part of the new X-Men film, you're kind of wondering how this is going to work between the same character being portrayed by two different actors in two different films.
Yeah, from where I'm sitting, I think it's going to confuse one too many moviegoers, and plus, Marvel doesn't even own the rights, really, to Quicksilver or Scarlet Witch. They belong to Fox and X-Men's universe, so...
Now, this is where you started to kind of debate this.
I debate this because, technically, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch have never been X-Men. They were originally members of Magneto's, what do you call them, the Brotherhood of Mutants. They were bad guys, but they were first Avengers. They were the group that came in. They were the second group that came in after the original.
But either way, at least Quicksilver, if not both Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, they have crossed over and done both series.
I don't know if they've ever been X-Men, to my knowledge.
Quicksilver was part of X-Force, I believe.
Maybe.
But it's all part of the Marvel Universe. Scarlet Witch is an integral part of the Avengers.
Right.
She's married to the Vision, and at one point Wonder Man, I believe. But
yeah.
As far as the rights go,
are we confusing you yet?
As far as the rights go, they set it up a long time ago where both studios have absolute complete rights to those characters because they are integral to both universes.
All right. It'll be interesting to see. I'm kind of with him. I mean, we're throwing out we're the same character portrayed by two different actors in two entirely different films.
Oh, I think it's a terrible call.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
It's a bad idea.
I agree. And then we get to another superhero. Let's throw out Hellboy. Could we be getting a third one of this? Is this right? Am I reading this correctly?
Is this already? I thought should be number 4. Is it?
No.
Is it 3 or 4? I thought it was 3. What do we have?
It would be Hellboy 3. Ron Perlman says he wants to do it. Guillermo del Toro expressed a little bit of interest in it, but you know what, man? He's busy promoting something we like to call Pacific Rim, and he's got like 5 other projects he's going to be working on, so I don't know how this is going to fit into his schedule.
So in other words, this is well down the road here. They're just kind of floating out a possibility.
Yeah, and again, there's some rights issues involved here.
Really?
Again?
Yeah, apparently this is, according to this article I have on Total Film, it says that Shock Till You Drop updated its report that said that Toll had commented, and he didn't say much. He did say there were rights issues and they would need to be sorted out for Legendary to get involved.
Well, then fix it, man. I want to see Hellboy 3.
A sub-character.
I don't know.
It's gonna be a few years before this happens.
I didn't like Hellboy 2. That was like
I thought it was
dumbest
better than
plot.
the first.
I wasn't big on Hellboy 1, honestly.
Well, all I got to say is in part 2...
It looked pretty.
Yeah, the graphics was nice, but in part 2, the movie could have ended like in a minute. Once the credit got done, just did what he did. Because all that person did was basically take their own self out, and then...
we were done.
That was it.
In this, we are in agreement.
All right, let's go over to one more superhero here, and Spider-Man. And some question about who might own the character, Ryan?
Right. There was a little bit of stuff and rumors floating around, but it's not true at all. Sony, 100% ironclad, owns the rights to Spider-Man. They have no plans to let him go anytime soon because they already got plans for Spider-Man 3 and 4. Spider-Man 3 is going to hit theaters on June 10th of 2016, and then The Amazing Spider-Man Part 4 is going to hit theaters on May 4th, 2018. 4 films? You better know what you're doing with Part 2, man.
They better do it really, really well.
I mean, you've got to be, stupid if you're Sony.
If you're
Sony,
stoned, you are stupid.
You got to be stupid if you're Sony to get rid of Spider-Man as much money as it's made them.
Oh yeah,
but
especially considering some of the flops they've had recently.
Yeah, but it disappoints me because I would like to see maybe in Avengers 3 like Wolverine and Spider-Man join in.
I think they're complete fools for not joining forces with the studios.
I think so too.
They should all sit down and be like, "Look, we can make a ton of money if we have Spider-Man in the Avengers."
Right?
And, hey, Fox is pulling up into the driveway right now.
Yeah,
we're going to talk to them about X-Men.
Yeah, let's get all this together.
It would be interesting.
Secret Wars.
Right.
It'll never happen.
Thank you. Secret Wars, the movie. That'd be perfect.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Sorry, let's comic nerd out quick.
Really. Out to DVD here. Tyler Perry's Temptation comes out next Tuesday, along with movies The Host, Spring Breakers. This was a limited release that actually went big. Admission, the comedy starring Paul Rudd and Tina Fey, and a movie called Dead Man Down. If you are a collector of television series, you got Season 4 of Warehouse 13, and the classic Western show Bonanza. You can get the 6th season next Tuesday. Ryan, you found out that the Leonardo DiCaprio film, The Great Gatsby, is got a target date for coming home. When?
Yes, sir. For Blu-ray and DVD, it's going to hit store shelves on August the 27th. Be there or be square.
And you also found out that fans of the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy, if you don't already have them, or maybe you do, but you could go get a special pack. When is that coming out, you know?
Yes, sir. It's actually going to hit stores everywhere on September the 24th, later on this year, which is the same day that Iron Man 3 is going to be released.
So in other words, are you salivating as much over this for a gift as you were over Iron Man 3 last week, Jacob?
No, Iron Man 3. I mean, because this special edition thing is just going to come with some cheap little crap that's going to come in with it. Just if you're going to buy me the Batman trilogy, just go buy me the Batman trilogy, just the DVDs, or the
you don't
the
need all the
Blu-rays.
little toys. And
I
all
don't
the other
need.
little
I
stuff.
don't need the art book and all that crap.
Is that what's in there? An art book?
I think there's an art book and some little Batman toys or something.
I might spring for that. It might be the only joy I get out of the last Batman movie.
Really? You didn't like it?
I really did not.
As he wears his Batman shirt in here.
Hey, this is a Batman shirt from the '89 Batman.
That's
starring
true,
Michael
yeah.
Keaton.
It's Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah.
Movie. Love that movie.
All right, let's go to TV here because we've been really, really trying to get to some TV stuff. We'll start off with NBC. They haven't revealed the full season premiere schedule yet, but we do know when shows like the critically acclaimed but somewhat low rated. I think it's starting to gain a bit of an audience, though. Parenthood, they're coming back for their new season. When did that show start off their year?
Yes, sir. Thursday night, September the 26th at 10/9 Central for Parenthood.
All right. The TV show Revolution, when will it come back?
The day before that, on Wednesday night, September the 25th, I believe it's at, 8/7 Central for Revolution Season 2. Be there.
Is that a permanent move to Wednesday nights or just the premiere night and then it's going to move back to Mondays?
No, they're going to move into Wednesdays.
Interesting. And tell me a bit about a show called Blacklist. Details of the show and when can we first see it?
Yes, sir. It's going to premiere on Monday night, September the 23rd. I believe it's going to be at 10/9 Central, starring James Spader and Megan Boone from Law & Order LA, for those of you who follow certain actors. That's about a world's most wanted man played by James Spader, turns himself into the FBI, but he only wants to speak to one person, and that person is Elizabeth Keene, played by Megan Boone. The question is, why? So this is a very intriguing premise. Go out and check the trailer. It is available to view online at your will. Go ahead and see it. It looks cool.
Okay. A couple of other notes here real quick from NBC. All of us here at Crawford Broadcasting noted this very much so because this is one of the shows that, for people of a Christian nature, history had a humongous success with this. The Mark Burnett miniseries, The Bible, so much so even NBC noticed, Jacob?
Yeah, it looks like they have picked up the rights to AD Beyond the Bible. It's Mark Burnett's follow-up to the Bible. Supposedly, it's supposed to kind of go into the history of how the Christian church started after the death of Jesus. Not a whole lot of details on what exactly they're going to go through, but
when are they going to try and have this thing out? Do we know?
Oh, I haven't seen anything about any kind of dates yet.
Okay, so they just signed him up and said, "Here, begin to make it."
But yeah, they've given him a go ahead to let's do this.
And this is miniseries for him?
Yes, miniseries.
All right, it'll be interesting to see where they go with that. And all right, everyone knows I'm not a big reality show person. And then we got reality shows crossing over. NBC's The Biggest Loser comes back this fall, and one of the guys that's already appeared on a reality show from right here in Alabama going to be... Yep, bingo.
Ruben
He got
Studdard.
it. Ruben Studdard's going to The Big Loser.
Yeah, American
Biggest
Idol.
Loser? Big loser, biggest loser.
Biggest loser.
Big loser, biggest loser.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
American Idol winner Ruben Studdard is going. He's going to be on Biggest Loser. So if you're interested in reality TV shows, like AJ loves reality TV shows.
You in on this?
No, I'm not into.
You're not into the Biggest Loser?
No,
But,
because I start feeling bad about myself because I'm.
If you want to see a great singer lose a lot of weight, there you go. It's
I think he's looking for a reason to say I'm sorry again.
Yeah.
If he loses all the weight, does that affect his voice?
No,
no, it shouldn't.
Just asking.
But
Go
he'll
to the
be chart topper now.
Well, yeah, it puts him back into the spotlight, no doubt about it. Over to the CW, working up fall premiere schedule. What do you know about this, Ryan? Anything?
Yes, sir. I know a ton of things. Their fall premiere schedule is going to kick off on Monday night, October the 7th, with The Pathetic Heart of Dixie, and Beauty and the Beast, with Arrow and the new series The Tomorrow People premiering on Wednesday night, October the 9th. You got The Vampire Diaries and a new series known as Reign on Thursday night, October the 10th, and the new spin-off series of The Vampire Diaries known as The Originals and Supernatural premieres on Tuesday night, October the 15th, and then the Pathetic shows known as The Carrey Diaries and America's Next Top Model premiere on Friday, October 25th.
Okay, so they're waiting much past all the other networks, it appears. They're either way before or way after your NBCs, ABCs, Foxes, and all those. Interesting.
Yes, they are, yeah.
All right, we don't talk PBS too much, so I'm going to take the opportunity. Downton Abbey apparently is huge. I've never seen it. As a part of that, didn't know even Elizabeth McGovern was in it. Okay, how's that? But they're getting a big name star to join the cast for upcoming season number 4. They're up to season number 4?
Yep, season number 4.
Jacob, who's coming?
Yeah, it looks like they, in season 4, and I'm not going to say when because I don't want to ruin any... I don't want to ruin any plots or anything. Because
oh, come on, ruin it.
I already
come
know
on.
who it is.
But,
it's ham and cheese anyway, man.
He's over here dancing. He
I already know who it is.
I should have just gone to AJ on this. Go for it.
No, go ahead, Jacob.
Paul Giamatti is joining the cast for this season.
And you're looking forward to this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I like him.
Now, don't get me wrong. I like Paul Giamatti, but I've never seen the show.
I will say, according to what they're showing, it's not going to be a huge part. It's going to be a bit part, but he's going to be in there. He's not going to
be in it.
All right.
He's not going to be in the entire season. I'll put it that way.
All right. And I cannot resist this because this is also PBS and it's fun. So we're going to talk about this. Jacob, there's an old guy in Japan who's suing Japan's version of PBS, which is NHK. I got to know why.
Yeah, he's suing because they use too many American words. I just think that's hilarious.
What?
That they have Americanized the Japanese language, and he is upset about this.
I thought we were the most litigiously stupid society on the entire planet. Now I'm beginning to... I think Japan is trying to catch up. He is suing a television network because they're using language that he doesn't like.
Yeah.
That's just amazingly stupid. But a little fun. And that's why I wanted to talk about it. Over to Disney HD here. Like they did with Tron, they're bringing in an animated version of the Avengers. All right, Jacob, real quick. Similarities, differences?
This is their second version of an Avengers series. They just ended one, but they're starting a new one. It's going to be based more like the movie with the addition of the character, the Falcon.
Okay.
So if you're interested in the Avengers movie and you like animated stuff, it's probably going to be pretty good.
Do we know when?
It's actually this week. Starts this weekend. Starts Sunday.
All right.
DVR.
Setting my DVR for that.
Yep.
Ryan, are you in on that, first of all?
Potentially. We'll see.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm actually going to set my DVR on this. Secondly, how can we get a hold of you if we have any questions?
Go to Facebook.com/TheRPM Show. Film or TV, we'd love to hear from you.
All right, you've already seen The Lone Ranger. Next week, Pacific Rim. Are you in?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll talk about it then 1 week from tonight. Have a great weekend, Ryan. We'll look forward to talking with you 1 week from now.
Sir, thank you very much for having me on the show. You guys take care and don't work too hard.
Never do. After all, it's July 5th. Why would we work all that hard? Fastest hour in radio, speaking of not working hard. That's next.